Hey, what's up, everyone? Thank you for tuning in once again. We're back in the office here. As you can see, today is April 6th. It's, what is it? It's Thursday? Let me check. Yep, Thursday here. And anyways, yeah, so we're going to talk about today's recap, and it was a disastrous one. I'm red today. I'm down 222 bucks, and I'm just feeling deflated right now. This week has just been back and forth and back and forth, green and red, and I don't know. I'm just having a difficult time. And today, specifically today, yesterday was great, to be honest. I missed a lot of opportunities, but it was still excellent. And today we had one stock in particular, LEDS, that I was very interested in. But it was tricky, and I just couldn't make it work today. It was green at one point and flushed it red. So let's take a look at today's recap. I'll show you what unfolded and what kind of happened today. Let me get some things adjusted real quickly. All right, so let's take a look. So the ones on my radar, first let's go to the my performance today. Show you how I looked here. Look at this chart, all over the place. So started positive, went red, came back to almost neutral, and then just flushed it right in the hole, down negative 464 at one point, and I was able to grind my way out of that all the way up to 141, then back to flat, then all the way up to 343, and then flushed it on my last trade. So let's take a look at it. Today I traded LEXX and LEDS. Those were the only two. I did have a trade on AUVI, but it was one real quick trade. And Pixie as well. I did have a quick trade on Pixie. Both of those didn't really get me anywhere. So the main ones were LEXX and LEDS. So let's just take a look at LEDS here. And I'm not going to go over every little detailed trade I made because I made a ton of trades today. And here's the moral of the story: is today was actually I was traveling back. We got up early this morning and drove back to our hometown here, and so I actually missed out on a good chunk of the morning market here. And I think that's what led to some FOMO for me, because I did see, by the time I got back in the office, you know, as soon as I got home, rushed and tried to set everything up. And I don't know, I just don't like trading when you feel kind of rushed. But anyways, I opened everything up and, you know, pulled up LEDS because that was the one up on the chart. And I had missed this entire huge move that it had today. I don't know what the percent gain on that. I think it was definitely more than 100, probably more than 120% gain on just that move. And it was incredible. So I missed out on all that. And let's see if I can first find when I traded it, my first trade on it. 1224. So yeah, I didn't even get started on this thing till way later in the day. And 1224, let's see. Yeah, right in here. So, yeah, what can I say? I mean, this thing was all over the map, and I think that's kind of how my trading was today. So missed that entire move. It flushed big time. So I want to know, please comment below if you got trapped in any of these moves here. So as I zoom in, let's look at this chart and let's look at all the crazy drops this thing had, because what would happen, it would run up, reach some highs, and then it would have different areas where it would just flush super hard, super fast. That's what is tricky about this stock, is like right in this area, 1264, just boom, just flushed right into a halt. So trapped a lot of people there, okay? Then it opened up, consolidated, just went sideways and up and down, up and down. And then we had this a very scary, just out of nowhere, complete flush, let me know if you got caught in this one from 1103 all the way down to 988. Ugh, so rough. So that was a huge flash. Where else did we have one? We had one right here. Same thing. It consolidated, went sideways for a while, and just flush. Absolutely, 1106 all the way down to 10. So these are huge flushes, and you know what? I got caught in the traps as well. So at one point, I traded right up in here. As looking at this chart, what my kind of interpretation was that we had gone through so much flushing and consolidating all within this range here, and we eventually got this nice steady run up. So we got into this area where I go, okay, we're gonna retest the previous highs of 1330-ish, and there we might rip past that and have a nice little leg up from there, or it could just retest it and flush back down. And so I was seeing this and saw we got to this point, I wasn't in it, and then on this kind of downtrend here, I was thinking, ooh, this might be a great opportunity to hop in here and get the next leg up on this thing. So to me, this was like kind of looked like, since we had been through so many different flushes, I felt like maybe we'd be up for the next leg up, and I just read it wrong and was completely wrong on it. And yeah, so anyways, I hopped in here around, I think it was 1260, 1262, just waiting for that like next little pop. And I figured, hey, we might have a quick pop up and then a fake out. So I'd be ready for that, but I hopped in at this point, kind of expecting at least some kind of quick, curl on it. And oh, man, I was just wrong, and it was a complete flush. So I got trapped in that. And next thing you know, I'm trapped in that. Now I'm holding, waiting for it to open up, and I think I ended up dumping it. So I took a loss there, and yeah, that was just kind of the theme all day long. Now I did get a lot of great moves on it. I did capture some profit on it, but this was my trend. I mean, I went all the way down. Let's see. Let me actually hop over to LEXX and show you where I had my initial drop, because that's kind of the one that I was trading initially. And then we'll hop back to LEDS to finish that one off. LEXX here. This one was fairly tricky too. Once again, I traded it a ton, so I'm not going to go over every single trade. But I want to see if I can find the areas where I really bled off and had some nasty spills. That was definitely on my last couple trades. Yeah, last trade on it. Let's look at that one. My last trade on it. Okay. Okay. 847. Hopped in at 847 here. And what time was that? 12:03. So right in here. Yeah, and what I was looking at, okay, we had ripped up, and now it was testing this area, pulled back, and I think I was ready to try to hop in for that next move up. It looks like it pulled back just a tad bit and maybe wanted to go for another quick run up. So I hopped in 847, and boom, it crumbles. And I just cut it and sell the loss, or take the loss at 795. So that was my big slip up on LEXX, and that's what took me down all the way down to negative 464. And I was just feeling deflated at that point. And luckily enough, things turned around. I hopped into AUVI for a quick trade. Nothing really great on that. But then LEDS, that's where I hopped over and made some much bigger trades, because I was feeling more confident in this one moving up. And I did well on it because I actually recovered pretty well. Going from negative 464, I just started sizing in a little bit bigger on better opportunities on LEDS. Got all the way up to 141 bucks. Started working backwards again. And then worked my way back up the hill. Got up to 343. And anyways, yeah, my last trade, let me show you the last trade of the day for you guys so you can kind of see where it all fell apart. Being up 343 bucks on the day. And then I get into this. This is where the area that just screwed me over. Once again, pulling another bad habit, especially on this stock, was not a good idea to do it on. But I started averaging down. And the good thing about it was I was taking small share size on it. Initially taking like 100 shares, which is really not that big at all. But problem was, let's see if I can look it up. First, yeah, here we go. Averaging down, here we go. First spot, 227 or 12. Sorry, 1227. Okay. So I think what I was expecting here was it had gone through this crazy range, but if you look at it kind of like connecting all the dots here, all the support down here, all the resistance up here, averaging in the middle, to me, it felt like, hey, this thing is the big runner for the day. It tested these two areas, and now it's gone back down just a little bit, so I feel like I'm getting it at a decent price. And if I buy in here, hopefully we got that next test. It might stop there, but I have the opportunity to sell at, you know, the 13 area, or it could rip past it, and we might have that opportunity. So I hopped into it 1227, and right in here, because I felt like there was a good consolidation, and it fell. It had one of those nasty rips again to the downside and goes right into a halt. And so now I gotta wait for this thing to open up. And I felt like it was a erratic, dramatic fall out of nowhere, kind of. So I was expecting it to really, when it opened up, to actually kind of correct. And it did a little bit, but then it just turned the other way around and flushed again pretty hard. And so what did I do? I kept averaging down. So my next buy, I decided, you know what, if I'm going to average down, I want to be way further down. But anyways, I correct myself here. Actually, first buy was at 1227, and it dipped a bit. And so I took that another buy there at 1207, and that's when I ripped and got stuck in the halt. So I had bought into 200 shares, and so from there it had obviously gone all the way down, and I go, okay, if I'm going to buy again, waiting for another curl up, because this thing is erratic. Look at this. At one point being up $13, down to its low point of $8. So I knew there might be a chance to go in super low, and then this thing might rip up again, have that opportunity to get out of this. And anyways, I bought in once again. It hit its lows. I got in at 10.05, and that's where I just held it. So I was holding this position. I think my average share size was 1146 at what, like 300? Yeah, 300 shares. And it just went sideways for a while, and I was just waiting for it to kind of pop up. Never really did. Went into after hours thinking this thing might be erratic in after hours, and I might get a nice rip up to just sell and cut the loss at not as much damage. And we just couldn't do it. It had a little bit of a rip, and then a complete reversal, consolidated, and had another rip. So I just sold everything after hours at 956. Horrible loss there. So it's just, I'm beating myself up for this one, especially being up, recovering from a loss, and then going up to 343. And now being down negative 222. So it's not the end of the world, but man, I just felt like it wasted the day. So that's how it goes sometimes. And I made a lot of mistakes on LEDS. I'm going to be honest about that. I could have traded that way better. Could have been a lot more disciplined. But then again, this was a tricky stock. And I should have read it a little bit better in the sense of, sure, it had a nice run up, but look how many different drops we had. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, we had a ton of huge falls. And, you know, on the, second or third one, I should have, taken some better note of that. I just thought that maybe because of those dramatic drops, that we would have some dramatic, hops up as well, but wasn't really the case. I guess when it did grind up, it was more of a grind and not a complete run up. So shorts were really beating this thing up for the long. So let me know how you did today. If you enjoy this, please make sure to subscribe and like, because I really do this for me and for you guys to try to hone my skills and recap where I went wrong, but also as maybe a message and maybe a, bit of information for other traders out there to kind of see what I'm going through and see what, see the mistakes I make, and hopefully maybe you can see some of those and add those to your arsenal and, improve on some of my mistakes. Maybe that might help you out. So hope it does. But anyways, let me know in the comments how you did today. If you were green, by how much, if you killed it with LEDS. I know there's probably a lot of people who made some great money on this thing. And hindsight, I would have had loved to trade all these huge moves all the way up, cashed out, would have been, maybe done for the day, walked away. That would have been, awesome. But that hindsight's 2020. So that's how it goes. One more thing before we go here. Let's look at the calendar. This was the progress for today. Calendar. So today, oh, man, as of this week, I'm up $277, which is nothing. And it's been a grind. We've had some great opportunities, and I've screwed up a lot of those. Yesterday was great. Still left a lot of money on the table. So it's like this, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, and I feel like I'm just not getting anywhere really. But at least I'm green on the week. But hey, tomorrow I've got to do something solid. I've got to get green and hopefully put some big money up on the table. But at the same time, I've got a lot of other work that I've got to do tomorrow, so I'm going to be busy, and I'm not going to have all day to trade. So kind of unfortunate there, and I hate doing that too when you see opportunities that keep going throughout the day. I want to be here to sit here and trade it, but I've got other responsibilities I got to tackle tomorrow. So I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully I can put a little green, walk away, be done with the day. And that would be nice. So yeah, once again, let me know where you stand as of this week and how your trading went today. Hope you guys are all doing well. Hope you have an excellent weekend coming up. And that's it for now. So take care and have a good one.